Freebeat.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat. Today's patron shout out goes to Howard Anderson. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. 2023 was a fantastic year for me personally. I got married. I finally gave myself a break from posting daily on the channel, which in turn has let me focus a lot more on family and friends for the latter half of the year. And obviously, both of those things were absolutely amazing. But with the wedding taking up the first half of the year and then, going down to just a couple videos a week in the second half of the year, I feel like, not that I've been ignoring the channel, but that the channel hasn't become what I feel it could be. Part of the reason I took, I committed to that schedule change, the uploading schedule change, was so I could make higher quality videos, and I feel like I just haven't really done that. Now, you'll probably notice it's not the usual scenery here. We are in my friend Oliver's garage. Now, normally, this is the view you see, and we do the Freebeat Live concerts from here. As you can see, though, I'm set up with my drum set and my laptop and two different audio interfaces. Well, I guess the blue box is more of a mixer. But I'm actually in the middle of a little recording project right now. Not related to the channel, but I wanted to take a little break from the recording and talk to you about what I want out of next year, out of 2024. And the fact that I'm here in a different location is actually a great segue to talk about what I want to do next year. It's been over 2 years now since Lady Freebeat and I moved into our 2-bedroom apartment, and I finally got my own little room to call a studio. Now, I am incredibly grateful for that studio, and without that room, I would have not been able to build the channel to what it is today, almost 30,000 subscribers, and me being able to essentially call YouTube my career at this point. I'm very, very grateful for that. However, I'm starting to realize that staying in the studio when it comes to music making and content creation is really stifling me, and it's become, sorry, I'm going to switch hands here. My other one's getting tired. I'm just filming on my cell phone. It's become stale, and I'm just uninspired when I'm in that tiny little, it's like an 8x7 room without the closet's 8 feet by 7 feet. It is very small. So I want to get away from that space a little bit next year, and a little more than a little bit, actually. My goal for next year is to stick to the same release schedule, but when it comes to the main Friday videos each week, I want to film at least half of them in different locations outside the studio. I've always loved traveling. Clearly, I've taken, 3 road trips this year. Took a major one last year as well. I love it. I love being on the road. And one thing you might not know is that I also just love being out in nature. Some of my favorite videos that I've ever filmed were the OPZ Goes Chasing Waterfalls video and the OPZ Goes Camping video. I do live in Oregon. It's just a beautiful state, and I'm so close to Washington and Northern California, as well as Nevada and Idaho. Just beautiful places that I can easily get to, and I want to incorporate more of those places into my content, and I want to bring you all higher quality content. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I haven't really spent any time learning my editing software, which is Premiere Pro. I haven't really spent any time when it comes to scripting videos, actually like scripting the shoots themselves, like where there's going to be B-roll, where there's going to be, different cuts and stuff like that. I typically just wing it. And that's because, well, frankly, when I'm in the studio filming those basic top-down videos, I don't feel the need to make them, super fancy. It's when I'm in the studio, it feels like it's just about the gear on the desk right in front of me with the hands, and that's it. So getting out of the studio, I think, is the best way to break me of that. And traveling a lot, of course, is the best way for me to get out of the studio. Now, I'm not looking for these trips to be super expensive and lavish, far from it. But like I said, there's so many locations that are well within a day's drive of me that it just seems obvious that what I want to do is get out there and make music outside the studio, whether that be in nature or a new city, a new town, with samples or just with synths, just walking around with some of my portable gear. And that's another thing I started to think about. Portable gear. It's been a pillar of the channel since the beginning. I started this channel with the PO33, and then I also introduced the OPZ. In fact, the first videos I filmed were the PO33 kind of in nature settings. I'd make these little songs on them and then just release little 2-minute videos of the song, set up against some rocks out in the woods or something like that. I want to get back to that. I want to get back to celebrating the portableness of gear, portability of my favorite gear. And so much of my gear is portable. The Dirty Wave M8, the Polyend Tracker Mini, the Woovebox, the Sonicware Sample Track, the SP404 can be powered with batteries. The Deluge, of course, has an internal battery. The Volcus can take batteries, of course, the pocket operators. And so much of my other gear can be powered just with a USB battery bank, too. So again, it just seems obvious that this is what I want to do. And the more I think about it, the more fulfilling it seems like it's going to be. And real quick, I will just say that the studio videos and the top-down videos, those are not going to go anywhere. They're still going to happen. Like I said, I just want to film a lot more outside the studio than I have in the past. I'd love for it to be like a 55% outside the studio, 45% inside the studio split. Obviously things might change, but I just really want to fulfill that need to get out of the studio, and this just seems like the best and most inspirational way to do it, which is really, really exciting. So I do hope you're all excited about 2024. I certainly am. I've already got the first location picked out. It's just going to be a day trip, but I've already got, like I said, the location picked out, and I've even got the piece of gear and the kind of genre-ish. I don't typically like to work within genres, but I know the direction I sort of want to go with the track. So I hope you're looking forward to it. One more thing I do want to say, this is not going to be like Sample Something, where I went out and grabbed the sounds out, on the road, and then came back to the studio to work. No, this is going to be a lot more direct content-wise. Then that was kind of all over the place, and Sample Something definitely failed due to lack of planning and how long the videos were and how poorly put together they were. There were a lot of long-winded monologues, kind of like I'm doing here, but it's going to be different. It's going to be different. It's going to be better. I hope you're excited. I am super excited. I do want to thank you all for a lovely 2023. Again, I got married this year, so no complaints. I was able to relax my schedule. No complaints there. I'm excited now to use that extra time from the relaxed schedule to bring you all some higher quality content in new places and some better music. So thank you again for 2023. You're a fantastic audience. What can I say? If you like this video, leave a like on it. If not, dislike's okay. Subscribe if you haven't yet. 2024 is going to be incredible. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.